Hey guys, Sandy here. Welcome back to my channel. Today is day 15, 16, something like that of May I Scraplift You. I'm losing my dates here. Today we're scrapping Joybell scraps, and I found this layout of hers where she actually did use scraps from a kit that she had been working with to complete this layout. And she's got this adorable photo right here. My photo, not so adorable. It is this pile of packages that I mailed out. It will go in my Scrapping Reflections album. I'm not even sure what scraps I'm going to use yet. All I know is that I've got to find some paper. So let's see what I can do. Alright guys, so I'm starting out with this text print, and it says things like warm, hope, beauty, amazing, family, home, that kind of thing. Now, you might be thinking that is a weird background paper for my business, but you know, it is a home-based business, and my family is super supportive, and had they not been so supportive and picking up some of the things that I have let go, like laundry and most of the cooking and that kind of thing, this business would never go anywhere because they are so helpful around the house so that I can have time to handle business things. So I figured it was absolutely perfect. Now I am using the mini mandala stencil from Scrapping Reflections. Figured, you know, I better throw something from Scrapping Reflections on a page about the business Scrapping Reflections. So I do go ahead and just grab my blending brush here and color straight over the mini mandala. Now, mandala number 1 is the only one I actually made a mini out of because it works well. Not all of the mandala stencils turn out so good when you shrink them down that size. So that one does work well, so I went ahead and inked that up. I'm going to add another paper layer in between here. This is a star paper. And then my photo is just going to go right on top of the globes. Now, usually I would use globes for traveling, going on trips, which is, I guess, traveling. So I basically just said the same thing twice, and that's okay. Or, you know, airplanes, anything like that. But I figured since these are packages and my packages are traveling all over the world, it would be totally appropriate to use the globes here. Now, I gotta tell you guys, I am wicked tired, so I am trying my hardest to have my thoughts gathered. Now, I do have this wood veneer that says Pretty Paper True Stories, and that is from Chamel's very first collection with American Crafts. I also pulled out 2 wood veneer envelopes that I picked up somewhere along the line that has been living in my stash for a while. I'm picking out what colors I would like to use as my little pieces that are kind of exploding out from the photo. Now, my pieces explode out in a little bit of a different way than the inspiration layouts do, and that's fine. It turns out great, I think, so I am not worried about it whatsoever. So if it turned out horribly, then, you know, it is what it is. It's the Scrapping Reflections layout, you guys, so the only people that are going to see it are probably me and my family when they look through my albums, because let's face it, not everybody in the world wants to look through your business album. Not that it's even really an album yet. It is a couple of layouts and some page protectors that are sitting on my shelf. And that is because, holy moly, you guys, I am out of black enamel dots again. Anyway, it's sitting on my shelf because I don't have an album cover for it yet. And that is kind of what happens to my layouts when I don't have albums yet, because, you know, it drives me insane that they are not in page protectors and put away. Like my 2020 layouts that I have completed so far are standing up on a shelf in page protectors in chronological order, mind you, but they are not, they're not in albums yet. So got to get on the hunt, search for some albums at a good deal. My 2019 albums, just the regular chronological year, was 8 albums worth, and I'm still, or almost 8 albums worth, and I'm wrapping up the last little bit of those photos. I think I've got some Christmas and some random ones here or there to wrap up. And then 2019 is just 8 albums just with regular chronological stuff that has nothing to do with Disney trips or going to Hearst Castle or anything like that. Yeah, 2019 has a lot of albums, and I thought 2020 was going to have even more because, 2020 turned 40 in 2020. 2020 was supposed to be my year, and thought I was going to have more albums. I think we're going to have less in 2020. I can only scrapbook the empty shelves and missing toilet paper so much, right? So I'm going to go ahead and take this darker pink color. Now this is from Basic Gray, you guys. So this is a scrap that has been in my stash for a very long time. So most of you guys know that a lot of my scraps go straight in the bin because the little pieces stress me out. But fun fact, the bigger pieces can stay and they don't stress me out when they're just hanging out in my room. That one of them, this Basic Gray paper, has it moved from Maryland to California with me, and we moved here in 2015, so it's been a while, almost 6 years. That scrap's been living in my stash, and I was okay with it because it was a good size. I know, it doesn't make a lot of sense, but it does in my head, and it makes me happy, and that's what matters. So now I am looking around my room, trying to see if there's something I can add to this layout to just give it a little extra oomph. As you guys might or might know, I am normally a more is more kind of gal, but this layout I feel like can't really go totally more is more, just because of the composition of it. So I have so much paper here. So in this case, I guess more is paper. But in this case, like, there's not a lot more I could do. I could add in enamel dots. I could add in sequins. I could do that. I could sprinkle mists and that kind of thing. But, sometimes it gets to the point where you're just adding stuff just to add stuff. And I don't want to do that a whole heck of a lot. There are some layouts where I'm just putting stuff in as a filler, and I'm just, making it an excessively full page. But even those pages have a purpose. This one, I wasn't feeling that. I just wanted a little bit more. So that's what I did. I just did a little bit more. I am going to journal on here, and I'm just going to say how grateful I am for every single order that comes through my website. And I am, you guys, like, every time I get an order, I text my husband. I'm like, I got an order. Because it's so humbling and so honored. I feel honored. Is it honoring or I feel honored? I don't know. Whatever the proper grammar is, it's just an honor to be able to make something that will go in somebody's crafty stash, and they'll be making things. It just fills my little heart with joy. So there it is, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for watching all this month where I am participating with Crystal of Pineapple Paper series, May I Scraplift You. I will see you again real soon for another video.